It's gonna be hard. I don't know how to talk to a camera and feel like I'm not an insane person, but we're gonna try it anyway. So I'm sure you already can tell what this video's about. The whole community is on this one nigga Gameology for this garbage review. He's like this close to being on a level with perfection. Like you gotta be like a total. You gotta actually be retarded to be making these comparisons to this nigga. Like I defer for disclaimer. I have watched other people's reaction to this. I haven't watched the video like straight through, so this is kind of my first reaction to the video. Not really, kind of, sort of. I'm just making my points that you know, I was at work, cooking up, heard a little bit of people talking about it. I'm like, you know what? I should make a YouTube video about that because I'm like Sparking Zero's probably like biggest fan right now, to be honest with you. Cause I have been waiting for this game to come out for the longest. I used to play Tenkaichi 2 and Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii. Oh, so fun. Sadly, I never played it on the anything else. The only thing I had Budokai and I had Budokai 2. Actually, no, I had Budokai and I had Budokai 3. Anyway, so as I can tell, I'm going into this video. I'm sure y'all have all seen this video. I'm sure anybody who's watching my video has seen this video or at least seen someone else reacting to it. But I just want to get right into it. Let's hear how terrible this nigga's take is on this game because I don't know why I have a like. Let me put a thumbs down on that because I've heard everything I've heard already is not what I'm not liking. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's hear what Gameology with 2 million subscribers, oh man, has to say.
Can you spot what's wrong with these 2 Dragon Ball Z games?
I know I'm already pausing, but I don't know what he's asking me. What's wrong? What you mean what's wrong?
Can you spot what's wrong with these 2 Dragon Ball Z games?
I played both of these games. I played Raging Blast 1 or 2, whatever that one is. That's Raging Blast 2. And Dragon Ball.
Spot what's wrong with
Dragon Ball's Universe 2.
They show the same scene. Goku and Vegeta battling it out in a Utah-looking desert. It's a classic clash that took DBZ into the modern era. And with the new engine, you can likely pick out which one is the newest game.
Okay, but he didn't say what was wrong with either of them. But all right, cook, buddy. I'm gonna let you cook for a little bit and see what you gotta say.
Sparking Zero. But which one is the second newest?
It's Universe 2. What is he? I'm trying to figure out what he's leading up to. I forgot what he even said about this.
Faster, smoother, tighter,
Pause.
Closer to the source material. Besides the graphics, it's almost impossible to tell.
You're retarded. Sorry. Bro. Off rip. First off, why is Burst Limit even here? Because Burst Limit is a 2D, is a 2.5D fighter game like it's a 2.5 fighter game like Tekken. Why is this even on this list? I get these 3 because these 3 are arena fighters technically, even though Xenoverse is like make your own character, kind of like it's an RPG. It's not really arena game. It's an arena game, but it's not really an arena game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he has off rip. He's already not been cooking. Everything is burning right now. Off rip. 28 seconds in this video.
Besides the graphics, it's almost impossible to tell. And that's
it is possible to tell because they all look different. I mean, I know he said besides the graphics, but the game, they all play differently. Especially Xenoverse 2's turnaround mechanic when you gotta hit somebody behind you, entirely different. That's like my favorite mechanic in that game, by the way. I know that's kind of crazy. Kind of just, rolling through the thoughts as I'm walking, listen to the video. Let's keep going.
Problem. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is looking to switch up the DBZ Arena Fighter formula. But the truth is,
no, it's not, because it's just a continuation of Tenkaichi 3. Why is he saying that it's supposed to be a switch up? It has never said that it's a switch up. It's a return to form.
Sparking Zero is looking to switch up the DBZ Arena Fighter.
Bro, I hate hearing people talk about stuff that they don't know nothing about. I can already tell this nigga's gonna spit a whole bunch of doo-doo garbage.
The absurd. But when Dragon
Don't put this in that. Nigga, get that off my screen. Don't ever put Dragon Ball Evolution's game in my screen again.
Dragon Ball started using a boilerplate arena fighter template back in 2002.
This is not arena fighter, bro.
The absurd.
Every game he showed except for Xenoverse 2 and Xenoverse 1, and of course, Sparking Zero has not been an arena fighter. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to cook with this little point.
But when Dragon Ball started using a boilerplate arena fighter,
none of this is a boilerplate. None of this is arena fighter.
Budokai series.
Budokai's not arena fighter.
Felt like
Sorry, buddy.
Stuck in a hyperbolic time chamber.
No, it hasn't. What is he talking about?
20 different
oh my God.
DBZ arena fighters.
Do you see what I'm seeing? Everything he's showing, except for what? Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Dragon Ball Legends. I don't even know if I count that as an arena fighter. You're only going on the X-axis. You're not going on the Y. So whatever. It's not really an arena fighter. That's technically still a 2D fighter.
20 different DBZ arena fighters released in the past 20 years.
So let's see. Again, the only Raging Blast, both of the Raging Blast games are arena fighters. This is an NES game. What is this on this list for? It's not an arena fighter. So, you know, kind of invalid, but whatever.
Sparking Zero promises to be more of an exercise in nostalgia than an actual competitive fighting game.
But she's got a new hat.
Dragon Ball fans deserve better.
What do you mean? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero might actually be the best. This is gonna be the flat out best arena fighter coming out this year. I know Bleach Souls coming out. I mean Bleach Rebirth of Souls, whatever it's called, I forgot. But not to the level of like every other Dragon Ball Z game. He's comparing games that aren't even the same playstyle to Sparking Zero. Like all these other, except for Budokai Tenkaichi 3 that he showed, the rest of these games are like not even like on the same grounds as the rest of the games that he's showing. So it's a 13-minute video. It's gonna be a horrible.
Full disclosure, I've been a huge Dragon Ball fan since I stumbled across it on Spanish Access Television.
Nigga, that's not getting you no points.
I was 10.
You can't just say that you've been watching Dragon Ball since you was 10 and then drop a whole bunch of boo-boo before it.
I love Dragon Ball. Okay, and Dragon Ball Z to do better. Looking back on the past is comforting, but we can't live in it forever.
This game was horrible, by the way. This is Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
We deserve either a transformative leap forward for the series or a sequel to the only transcendent Dragon Ball game over the last...
Okay, what is he? I know he just said what he wants is another sequel to Fighter Z. Fighter Z is not a transcendence to any type of Dragon Ball game. It is quite literally the same formula as Budokai 1, 2, and 3. It's a side-scrolling game. It might be a little less because you don't get the 2.5D like you do in the old Budokai game. So I don't know what he's talking about. He wants another fighter. He wants another 2D fighter. But how much you want to bet he's finna compare this game to either Tekken or Street Fighter? Dragon Ball Z needs to be closer to Tekken or Street Fighter the same way they've been reimagining their games. They need to do it for a Dragon Ball game. I guarantee he's gonna say something like that. He does not know what he's talking about.
I played Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and unfortunately, my fears were confirmed.
Do you want them to make a new story? Because last time they made a new story, it was garbage. I don't know if you play. You talking about Sparking? You talking about Fighter Z? The Fighter Z story was mid as mid can get. Your point does not. You have not made a single good point in the 2 minutes of us watching this video. The controls are mad. I can't take it anymore.
Oh my god, I can't say it anymore.
What is he talking about, bro? The controls. Okay, you know what? We already stated that he clearly is not comparing this to Tenkaichi. He doesn't know that this is a continuation to Tenkaichi. He thinks this is supposed to be a whole new type of thing, but it's the continuation of the Budokai series, which is, and they got classic controls and they got the new controls.
Graphics alone do not make a game. When you dissect the match, it's much slower than it looks.
Nigga, what? Why is he showing the pre-beta footage of this game that everyone said was kind of slow? It's been fixed. I don't know why he's showing old gameplay again. I don't know, bro. I don't know what he's trying to make a point of.
It doesn't have the back and forth, keep him guessing momentum battle.
I called it. I said he was going to compare it to Tekken. I said he was going to compare it to Tekken or Street Fighter. What did I say?
We're seeing stagnation in the gameplay sphere. It feels more like the return of the EA Sports College
That's a crazy comparison.
Football franchise than a new spin on
That is a crazy comparison, bro. Oh my god.
Updated graphics with familiar controls. Because the controls are not great. Dragon Ball is at its best when it delivers on fighting and yelling.
Dragon Ball has had the same, I don't know what he expects. You got square, triangle, circle, X. There's 4 buttons you can press. You got the same thing you can do in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is the same thing you can do in this game, for the most part. Let me be clear. There's not much you can do with the controls for a arena fighter, because how hard it's gonna be to try to catch combos and stuff like that, the same way you do in Fighter Z. Yeah, sorry, buddy, it's not working.
Sparking Zero does have a dedicated yell button.
Okay, buddy.
Yelling makes your special bar max out, and then you can pull off bigger moves and Kamehamehas, but it comes at the cost of pacing.
Bro, pacing, what do you mean? How you gonna call yourself a Dragon Ball fan, but you can't even take yourself back to when original Dragon Ball, was actual hand-to-hand combat, strategy, all that stuff, and you're talking about the saying that the game is not fast-paced? Nah, bro, this dude is straight up talking a bunch of booty meat. Let me be clear, not the good kind of booty meat. It's the bad kind of booty meat.
while your special bar fills up, leaving you vulnerable to attack. Sure,
That is what do you, there's risk and reward, buddy.
part of
It's,
DBZ, but it still makes the game feel clunky.
how does it feel clunky when it's part of Dragon Ball? That's like saying, I know we need water to survive, but drinking water does take about 5 seconds. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, back into this
Here's
Google
why.
video.
It's because the controls are too complex for casuals.
You're lying right now. Hold on, bro. So the controls are too complex for casual, and then how you gonna say that this game the controls are meh in this game? If you're gonna say this, is this not what games are supposed to be? They're supposed to be, you know, easy to pick up and learn. Buddy, you've not cooked a single thing this whole video. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hardcore gamers.
Does he think Budokai 1 is like an extremely competitive hardcore game? Because look at this, you got blast, wave, kick, punch, and guard. And you got the character movement. Case in point, not a single point has been made by this guy that made sense because he keeps on showing footage that contradicts what he's saying. Because you can't say that the controls are too complex for casuals, but not hardcore enough for competitive professionals, and then show this. A game that has a total of five buttons.
Locking on doesn't feel right.
I have a strong belief that this guy played the pre-beta of this game before like anything was like really set in stone of how the game would play, because he's saying a bunch of stuff that I have seen. Now, granted, I haven't played the game yet. I'm gonna play it. You trust me? I'm gonna play the game. But you know, everything he's saying is like what I've seen in the original gameplay for the first beta that they had. And it's nothing like that no more. So I don't know. This video shouldn't have been put out if he's using old footage and old gameplay. Anyway,
Ascending and descending could be streamlined, and it's not always clear if you whiffed a beam because of something you did, or if you just weren't on the right plane. You might
nigga, does he want the key blast to like go through the building and like not have any collision with anything? Like, I don't get it. Why is he showing? I'm trying to figure out why he's zooming in on this. Like, what do you? Not on the right plane. The key blast track who you're shooting at, for one, if you're locked on. And for two, you're shooting at a damn. Why are you shooting at the wall? I don't know whose gameplay this is. Keep going.
You might even find yourself fighting underwater.
That looks sick, bro. Hold on, I gotta watch that again.
You find yourself fighting underwater.
Yo, and the bubbles under the splash are crazy, bro. That's so sick. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there.
Slow you down or change anything at all.
Okay, for one, I guarantee you the key is gonna charge slower, just like it did in the other game. Come on, bro. Give me something to actually make sense. Everybody, keep going.
Just click on a slightly different filter.
Which is also good. I'm glad it did that.
The best fighting games, like Street Fighter,
I told you. And Tekken. Again, I got both of them right.
Tekken, and
So, case in point, what I'm figuring out is that this nigga's just retarded. He's comparing two different games to each other, and he's trying to call one of the others inferior to the other when they're two different genre of games. I know they're both fighting games, but like they're different, bro. Come on, now. You know good or well you know you made this video that you will get some hate out of this because everything you say don't make no sense. So please, bro, just keep yourself in the game. I don't know what other games you review. Do not touch Dragon Ball again because you have had terrible opinions.
there's an emphasis on frame advantage, timing.
They're different games. Next time he compares two different types of games, I'm just gonna look at the camera and pause the video. That's it.
Meanwhile, Sparking Zero feels like you're controlling a
Mind you, what he just showed is quite literally like frame timing. I know it's a CPU,
at a higher level.
but notice how the CPU you can't grab somebody when they're in a fall. Like right here, if you were to try to grab him, nothing would happen. You just grab go, and that's it. He would just go, and nothing would happen. He's not grabbing you because you know why? Because you gotta wait for the frame that allows you to interact with the character again. Right as waits.
Sparking
Once he's back in that movement ability, he go ahead and grabs him. Look at that timing. Please, bro. There's frame advantage in this game as well. I just want you to know that.
feels like you're controlling a tank from very far away, and
A tank? Oh my god. Oh my god.
button mashing.
Like, what?
But this is so counterintuitive that it borders on parody, which
That
hey,
is a crazy statement, bro.
might be appropriate. Have you ever watched a Dragon Ball fight? It's all fast punches that don't hit, a knockdown, and a beam to finish it.
He quite literally just he's just saying what happened in this specific fight. This is not every Dragon Ball fight, bro. What do you mean it borders on parody?
Hero have going for it? Well, for one, there's a huge roster.
This is on. How much you bet he's gonna turn into a bad point? Let's see.
Fortunately, there's almost no character differentiation.
No character differentiation.
Stay in the box! No! Stay in the box! No! Get out of my skin!
This is so horrible. Oh, that's so crazy, bro. There's a reason that there are characters that are ranked in different spots in tier lists from Tenkaichi 3 because every character has a unique thing that's about them that they just eat. I'm not gonna say every character. I'll admit there are characters that have similar move sets, but at the same time, we got four different character types now in this game that they just recently added. You got speed, strength. I forgot the other two: blast and sword.
A lot of the characters share animations and combos.
He said they share animations and combos, and it shows two different animations. He just showed two separate animations just talking about they have the same animation. Come on, bro.
Functionally, they're probably closer to a dozen or so character types. And
I'm just trying to figure out what he wants them to do because the characters are just doing the moves that they do in the show. Is there a problem with them doing the things that they're supposed to do? Is there a problem with you, Mr. Gamology?
with 182 slots, who's champing at the bit to play characters like Nail and Kakunsa?
Me! I will be playing every single character. I guarantee you, I'm putting at least 10 hours into every single character in this game. There's not gonna be one character that I will not touch in this game. You know why? Because there's a skill required to play the character because they all play differently.
If they're gonna go all out, I want some crazy characters. Bulma in a
Dog, what? This okay, for one, this is just a costume. I don't know why specifically he wants a taco shirt Krillin. There's multiple other Krillins that he could have chosen. He chose taco shirt Krillin. Alright.
World Tournament announcer.
Nobody wants to play as World Tournament announcer. That's just another Hercule in the game. Come on, and that's probably weaker than Hercule at that. Bro, stop making these terrible suggestions. I can't even take this video seriously no more. Okay, Farmer with a shotgun. We can pit him in the game because we know if we're gonna have the Kaba versus the Gogeta conversation, we gotta have Farmer with a shotgun conversation.
Is that so? And yet it's going up.
Akira Toriyama in the game. Toribot in the game will be cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's an okay suggestion.
There's an aspect of power scaling in Sparking Zero that's supposed to reflect the show's lore. Someone like Super Saiyan Blue Goku hits several times harder than Yamcha, which he well should, but that's a poor substitute for balance. Other games.
Well, no, of course. You want them? Do you want them to make this game? If you want an accurate representation of Dragon Ball, you're not gonna get that unless you download the mod. Sorry. Why would they? You telling me you want them? I don't know. I'm tripping. You telling me you want them to take Yamcha and get Super Saiyan Go Blue Goku, and Yamcha punches Goku and just does 0 damage because that's canonically that's what would happen. We're not doing it. It still has to be a game that works at the end of the day. There's gonna be power. There's gonna be scaling. Like they're gonna have Goku up here. Krillin's gonna be like maybe down here in terms of like damage number separation. The only characters they'll be getting played are the top strongest characters, so they're not gonna do no canon power scaling. And I don't know why he's saying it's an excuse for power scaling. This is not a power scaling game. This is a fighting game for fun. You get good with characters that you want to get good with. That's about it.
Represent power differential matchups by showing different moves and impact. Still, because every Sparking Zero character feels the same with only slight differences,
that's just not true, but whatever.
The best we can hope to get is the occasional character-specific power-up animation.
Of all things for him to talk about that are different, he's talking about the charging animations, which for the most part are exactly the same for almost every character. So of all things for him to compare to each other, he's talking about the charging animation. Bro, please.
Power-up animation. But exploring a bunch of different martial arts styles, whether it's MMA or drunken boxing, brings life into fighting games. Man's a different playstyle. This doesn't really seem to be the case in Dragon Ball, where all characters are slight variations of Goku.
No!
Sparking Zero only has 2 archetypes, normal and big.
Come on, bro. He's gonna ignore the kids in the game, like, bro, please. Even if what he was saying is true, punching is punching. I'm sorry. You're hitting somebody, you're punching them, it's gonna be the same regardless. You're punching, of course it's gonna be the same, nigga. Please, stop spit. Oh my god, I hate people like this. This is what perfection would be if he wasn't retarded.
Fun and confidence to the forefront.
Yo, for $5, he's a prime time. They will show me some KFC. First time I turned my camera on, I got KFC ads.
Influenced by Journey to the West, With his monkey tail, super strength, and martial arts abilities, as well as his mischievous nature, Goku is a modern-day Sun Wukong.
What do you mean a modern day Sun Wukong? Sun Wukong is a modern day Sun Wukong. Goku is just based off of him. What are these? He's just saying
As a
nothing.
matter of fact, Sun Wukong translates to Sun Goku in Japanese.
Nigga.
And the first Dragon Ball series especially reflects that. It's far more grounded and focused on exploration. There are moments along the way that would be perfect for a new game. For all the talking cats and horny sidekicks Goku might come across, there's a sense of world building that's missing when it's conveyed solely through punching. The anime hinges on big moments and relationships. Like
It's a fighting game. It's a fighting game. It's not an adventure game or an RPG like you want, is what it sounds like. He sounds like he wants an RPG game. He wants the Dragon Ball game, start Dragon Ball all the way to Super. But the thing is, that's what this is. They're just obviously not gonna show small story beats like this right here, Bulma running
Like
from
escaping
the Red Ribbon Army. Like, bro,
with
please.
Bulma, or meet
That's why you watch the anime for if you want that.
Yamcha for
You know why? Because Bulma doesn't fight the Red Ribbon Army. You know who fights the Red Ribbon Army? Oh look, Goku. You know the reason why people are gonna be buying this game? Because people have already watched, played Dragon Ball. Everyone knows the story for Dragon Ball at this point. And you know what happens if you don't know the story of Dragon Ball? You know what's gonna get added to this game later? DLC. You know what got added to Kakarot? DLC. And you know what that DLC was? Dragon Ball. Like, what do you want? The game just isn't even out yet, for one. We don't know. I guarantee you, everything that people have been complaining about in this game is going to get added and fixed. 100%. I'll just keep going on this video, but I already know he's going to have the end of this video point be just terrible.
All the
again,
context.
even though everything he said is terrible.
for these deep, meaningful
You
friendships.
don't need context because we already know the context, bro.
The Z family is built on. I don't fault Sparking Zero for being
That
one
movie's so
thing
hard.
or turning it into a gameplay type, but Dragon Ball is many things. You might think, well, Sparking Zero has a dedicated story mode, but at this point we've seen it.
Then why are you complaining about them not having all the stuff they just said about Dragon Ball? You can't make the point about them not showing all the story beats of Dragon Ball and then be like, we've seen it before. Nigga, we've seen everything with Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball.
Seen it. Dragon Ball games tread the same ground until it's paved over. The Game Boy games, Legacy of Goku, told the Z story, but had Goku punching wolves.
Was that supposed to be like a point of like contingency? What was that?
Kakarot
Yeah, Goku punching wolves. Wow,
told
bro.
the Z story in its entirety. Xenoverse retold the story with some what-if and time travel elements and included a somewhat lacking create a character.
Wow, what is that supposed to add? You're not saying anything. That doesn't apply to anything he just said previously. I don't know why he's saying that.
Sparking Zero also has a story mode, but it'll be thin.
Why would it be thin? Because there's what ifs. This game has what ifs. You can't say Xenoverse had what ifs and then not talk about the what ifs in this game. This is in response to a what if choice. The little blue circle that has the choices. He just chose
Sparking Zero also
go without
has a story
Piccolo.
mode, but it'll be thin because we've
So,
seen it.
bro. Oh my god, that's crazy. He's using footage of the actual what if choice and talking about how we've seen it before.
before. We're the well thought out stories that challenge the player's perceptions rather than regurgitate it. Heck, where's the story of Dragon Ball pre-Z? How
We're gonna get a Dragon Ball story mode DLC. I don't know why he's complaining about this.
far will we get in the manga? Will we get manga only characters like Moro?
I'm gonna say I'm 50-50 on the characters about the manga characters because they got references from the manga like Black Goku and Zamasu's attacks, and even Ultra Instinct Goku's stance was a reference. So like I'm like 50-50 on if they're actually gonna be able to do content from the manga, but we'll see.
Android 13, or have Janemba's Hell as a stage. What about a baseball mode?
Don't talk about no baseball mode, bro. Come on now.
There's so much
Get out of my face with that.
ancillary content in the Dragon Ball world that is ripe for an adaptation that, unfortunately,
I think this nigga forgot about licenses. That's the only reason we haven't even gotten a Dragon Ball anime because of the whole license situation. So I don't know why he's showing the manga content again with Gohan Beast and Goku fighting because this is even we don't even know if they're gonna be able to do this yet. I'm sure they will. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna turn down like trillions of dollars, millions of dollars. But whatever, bro.
It is right for an adaptation that, unfortunately, will be left out for the greatest hits. And it could be a better love letter and feel like less of a money grab if they were acknowledged.
How does this game feel like a money grab? Because what I'm trying to figure out is how I keep hearing people call this game a money grab. Where is it that the quality of the game is so low and the price is high that you're thinking it's a money grab? Sorry, that's not what this is.
Instead, we just get Frieza blowing up Krillin for the millionth time. In my
I would never. Oh,
opinion, Dragon Ball
he's just talking,
Fighter Z is a
just yapping.
much better use of the license and still has a robust, dedicated fan base after 6.
Well, it's a good game, nigga. You're acting like no one said Fighter Z was a bad game, but Fighter Z is nowhere even close to what Tenkaichi. Fighter Z isn't even as good as Tenkaichi 3 or Budokai 3 for that matter. Like, bro, please.
Ultimately, a sequel to that
Oh, we got nigga Frieza.
series would be a better overall direction for the franchise, paced and competitive. So much so that it had a presence at the EVO tournament for 5 of the last 6 years. It's relatively balanced with only a few insanely OP characters.
He got Fighter Z all up in his mouth.
That's true for most Dragon Ball games. Some moments that evoke nostalgia, like Gohan and Goku's iconic father-son Kamehameha, would be a whole ass
I love Budokai 3 so much. This is one of my favorite games. I love it more than Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I'm not gonna lie. This is my childhood game. I played this all the time.
Budokai game. Why can't the Budokai series just give the fans what we all came to see from the jump?
I just don't know what he's getting at, because he's just saying a whole bunch of nothing. He's glazing Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and then not talking about how it compares to to Sparking Zero. I mean, he is, but like he's not, because these are two different types of games. Again. Yeah. So what now? What else you gotta say?
The games industry has a bad habit of releasing rinse and repeat sequels.
This game has not. We have not had a Dragon Ball Fighter. Oh my god. We have not had a Dragon Ball Tenkaichi game in 15 years. What do you mean rinse and repeat?
We tend to reward it by buying every new
Oh, it's Peter Griffin now.
sports game or Call of Duty year after year. At least COD has a different story every time, but Dragon Ball still retreads familiar ground. Wanna see?
It's a Dragon Ball game. They're not gonna make a new story because last time they tried that, no one liked it. Fighter Z story was trash.
Can switch to a first-person camera this time.
He's forgetting about the. I mean, I said it already. He's forgetting about the. He's forgetting about. He's forgetting about the what ifs. He's forgetting about the what if stories that are gonna lead to an entirely different section, like a branch off, like in the Marvel movies, where they branch off into a whole different universe. That's what this game is gonna do.
Whatever the Dragon Ball equivalent to.
No. Oh my God. He's not about to say that he wants to compare. Bro, no way.
Slow Clap's 2021 game Sifu, a 2D.
No, we do not. Nobody wants to see. No one wants a Dragon Ball style Sifu game or a Sifu style Dragon Ball game. Nobody wants that. I'm sorry.
3D phase shifting game like Pokken Tournament, or maybe
Nobody wants that either.
something tight and technical with balanced, ranged, and
Yeah.
melee combat. Like.
I'm not even finna finish this video. I'm sorry. Case in point, everything this man said off this video just did not apply to Dragon Ball. All he said was a bunch. He's comparing different types of games to Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero is an arena fighter. He's talking about Burst Slim. He's talking about Budokai 3, Budokai whatever. And he's talking about Fighter Z. Like, bro, these games are not the same. They're not the same type of game. I know you probably can't comprehend that, but like, it's not the same game, bro. Play the game first. Play the entire game before you start making booty videos like this, talking trash on it. Like, why? What was the point of this video? Well, you're gonna just talk a bunch of crap about the game, and you're talking about things that aren't gonna be fixed, things that can't be fixed because it's just a staple of the game. Don't ever cook again. Stick to whatever games you be doing on your channel, but don't come back to Dragon Ball. Look, there we go. Blah blah blah. I don't like arena fighters. I'm saying this gotta be rage bait and this Yapatron 3000. That's gonna be the end of this video, though. I know I'm just sitting here complaining about this dude's video. I'm sure y'all seen everybody do it before. Hopefully, I kind of added some more input to it in my own thoughts, but knowing the Dragon Ball space right now, I'm probably not the first one that said anything I just said. So, hope you have a good day. I'll see y'all next time if I make another video. I know I said I was never going to show my face in this channel, but that's kind of dead as you're probably seeing right now. Anyway, bye, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.